Morning everyone. Basically I wanted to do something a little bit different to help everyone out that's obviously into this sort of converting thing. And what I'd like to explain is that what I'm trying to teach people is obviously that if you go out and buy DVDs as such, like for instance, I'll give you an example. I got this from the charity shop, and also like I got a few others from the charity shop as well. Now, these are DVD series that you can obviously buy from the shops or obviously buy from the charity shop. Now, I'll give you an example. If you're getting them at a charity shop, yeah, you can get like 6 for £1. So already that's a great deal as it is. So you can't really knock that. So what I'm trying to say is obviously if you get them on DVD, then you can convert them to single Mp4 files and then play them on your iPhone, you can play them on your Android phone, you can play them on your tablet devices, you can play them on your computer, put them on a hard drive, play them on an Xbox, PS4, however you want. So a lot of people are saying that DVDs are sort of redundant and like DVDs, like the technology is finished. In a way it sort of is, but in another way it sort of isn't. So I'm going to teach you the processes of how to do this, and all you really need is a computer. And all you really need is obviously to have a DVD drive, so obviously you can sort of put that to your hard drive and then obviously convert it after. But all you really need is 2 programs, and what I'm going to do is put them in the link in the description, and then you'll be able to follow the simple process, and then we'll just go from there. So first things first is obviously you need to open the DVD drive itself, and seeing as it's empty. So I'm going to pick this one, okay? So what I'm going to do, take it out. And another thing that I'll say is when you're buying from obviously a charity shop, make sure that you check the discs, make sure they've got no scratches. This one is actually fresh. This hasn't got no scratches or anything on it at all. So first thing you do, put the DVD in the disc drive itself. Give it a second. And there's 2 programs. What I'm going to do now is bring the phone or the camera a little bit closer so you can see the process a little bit easier. So I'm just going to adjust this so you can see a bit better. There we go. Right, now that it's reading, obviously it's going to read the DVD, and the computer is going to think that obviously that it's going to get ready to play it like as a DVD on the computer. See, so it's just come up. So no, I don't want to open the DVD like player to actually play it. What I'm gonna need is obviously like you got 2 programs, like I said. Number 1 is Handbrake, so the other one is DVDFab. So what we're gonna have to do is use DVDFab first. Okay. Now what DVDFab is gonna do is rip the DVD into a video and audio file, and obviously Handbrake after will convert both of them files together as one. So what it will do is it will actually convert it properly as one little file, and I've been doing quite a few, so I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so this is the program that's loading up. This is DVDFab. You can get this for free, but what I've been doing is obviously I've been doing a few already. So my partner, she's gone out and she's obviously got Sex in the City, the whole complete box set, and this is what I mean. So obviously she's got series 1 to 6. So here's like season 1, for instance. I'll give you an example. As I click on it, it's going to load up, and these are all the episodes. So this is what it converts at, and the sizes are very, very small sizes, but the quality is amazing. So basically, if I click onto this will be like the first episode, and it plays really, really decent as well. Just open it up full screen. And the sound quality is amazing as well. So you can tell that it's pretty good. So now, what this DVDFab program is doing now is obviously it's loading the DVD itself. Okay? And what you need to select is full disc. So make sure that full disc is completely selected, yeah? And then what you need to do is give it a destination. So I know exactly where it's going to be like ripped to. So it will say users, like David, documents, DVDFab, okay? And obviously this is what it's called. This is the name of the DVD itself, Justice League Paradise Lost. So obviously what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename it like the Flash After. But now that I know that it's going to be done, I'm just going to click start now. And now the process is very, very, very quick. So now you can see it's already at 2% at the minute. Okay, and it even says the time left, so it's going to take roughly 15 minutes to convert that to the 2 single files. Yeah, so at 3% now, it's going to go up to 4, 5, 6, like so on and so on. But as you can see, it don't really take long at all. So after the file is actually done, right, this is the second program that we're going to be using. It's called Handbrake. Now, this program is really, really good to use. Like, in technical terms, it's really simple and easy to use. It's like really fast to load, and obviously like it's pretty like quick at doing the conversions. So what you need to do is, obviously I'm not going to do the flash because it's not finished yet. So I'm just going to show you a demonstration on one of the other ones that I've already previously done. Okay, so if I go into documents, into the actual folder from DVDFab, go into full disk, because remember I said it's a full disk. Now, obviously what I need to do is select, say, series 2 of Sex and the City. Now, this is just an example, okay? So I'm going to select the folder, okay? Once that's selected, leave it a minute to load, okay? So obviously it's getting all of the files and it's getting all of the folders ready to load. And then what it will do is you can tell exactly what is an episode and what exactly ain't an episode, okay? So after it just loads up, some of the episodes are going to be half an hour. Some other episodes are like, it's not really going to be an episode, it's going to be like the title intro sort of thing, but that's going to be like a few seconds long, so you can definitely tell that that's not actually a proper full-length episode. But this process will take roughly half an hour for each episode to rip, but once that's done, then obviously you have that single episode. But you've got different options that you can select. So, like, I'll give you an example. Like, if you wanted it in 1080p, you can have it in 1080p, you can have it in 720, you can even have it down to 540p. It depends exactly like what size and obviously what sound that you want, the sound quality. But obviously if you select the easier ones, then obviously it's going to be done in like hardly any time. The size is not going to take up a lot of space as well. And obviously after it's done, you can, like I said, you can put it onto your Xbox, you can play it on your PS4, you can play it like on your phone. So if you're out and about and you haven't got any internet and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to take a long train journey or something, then obviously like it's handy to have that. You can just watch it whenever you want. All right, so you don't really, like I said, you don't have to have an internet connection or anything like that. So if you're out and about and whatever and you think, oh, I've got a long journey, or you're studying at college all day long and you think, oh, I just want a bit of a break, yeah, then obviously like you'll be able to do that, okay? So just let this load for like a couple more seconds, because like I said, this is taking every single episode from the whole disc itself. So if you've got like series 1, like disc 1, then obviously like if you've got say 3 or 4 discs, make sure when you're ripping it, like I've done with the flash, after it's finished ripping, give it a proper title box like disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, so you know exactly what is what. Because otherwise, if you don't, then obviously it's just going to lead to a bit of confusion, okay? But like I said, I'm going to show you the easiest ways to do this, right? So as you can see, this is nearly done. This is 91 out of 95. So just let it load on like a little bit more. So it's 98% roughly. And then, yeah, you have audio options as well. So this is another thing that I wanted to mention. With Sex and the City, roughly, yeah, basically what happened was is when I went to rip it, yeah, they do different audio languages, okay? So you can have it in English, you can have it in Dutch, you can have it in German and whatever. Okay, so as this is just loaded up now, you can tell where it says the title, okay, it says 24 minutes, you can definitely tell. Now if I click on this, okay, you've got all these different like drop down menus. Now this one here is definitely an episode, that's 24 minutes, this one's 25 minutes, 25 minutes, 26 minutes, 24 minutes. So the rest of them are only seconds long. Like, I'll give you an example. If I click down on the drop-down menu, you can tell that all of these, they're only like a few seconds, like 40 seconds. So that's not an episode. But if I click on the first one here, number 1, and then this is the preset now. So automatically it will go on to 1080p. Okay, so we don't want 1080p because obviously the size is going to be way too much. So, I mean, you've got general, very fast, don't click on a general very fast, because what it will do is sometimes it won't even convert that well properly. So what I do, the best thing that I've realized that I do is I'll go into devices, then to Android 720p at 30 frames per second, okay? So this will give you a great sound quality, and also it will give you a great picture, okay? So now that that's done, I'm going to click where I'm on the summary. You can tell that the format is Mp4, and if I go to audio, the audio tab, if I click it, you can tell that straight away it's on French. Now, I don't really speak much French, yeah, but I don't really want to sit there and watch a whole episode in France, like, or French. So if you click the drop down menu, you can tell that it's got loads of different languages. So you've got French, Dutch, Italian, Spanish, and then you've got English. So if we click on English, okay, and then obviously we need a destination where we're going to save it to. So if we click on the browse, yeah, and obviously go back to documents, yeah, and obviously DVDFab, and then full disk, we haven't really got a folder to obviously put it into, okay? So what I've started to do as well, right, is if I go into the actual folder itself, DVDFab, right? So I'm going to go to Documents, then I'll go to DVDFab, and then Full Disk. And obviously, this is the folder destination where I want to save it to. So obviously, I've got Series 2 to work on and Series 6 as well to work on. So what I'm going to do is create a new folder. So go to File, New, and then Folder. Once I've got my new folder, and you see it there, right? So I'm just going to put Series 2. So now that that's Series 2, just press Enter. And obviously you can tell that that's a blank folder now, okay? So what I'm going to do now is go back to this, go to Browse, and then go back to Documents, exactly where the full disk thing was. So into DVDFab, Full Disk, and then here, there's the Series 2. So if I press the Open now, and then what I want to call it is Episode 1. So there's the Episode 1 now. So if I press Save, okay, and then what you need to do now is, obviously, we know for a fact that it's in English now. We know for a fact that it's in 720 with 30 frames per second. We know for a fact that it's the first episode because it's 24 minutes, it's no seconds. What we need to do now is press Start Encode, yeah? And it seems as though there's nothing happening, right? But obviously it is processing. But if you want to go the extra step, press Q. And when you press Q, you get this pop up, okay? Now this will basically scan through all the audio and all the video, and then what it will do is it will determine exactly what is what. So now you will tell when it's actually starting now, you will tell exactly roughly how long it's got left to do. Okay, so this episode is going to take roughly 21 minutes, 25 minutes to do. So if you really wanted to go that extra mile, you can, right, open up another window. Because if you just carry on, you'll notice that like the first episode will be in Mp4, the next one won't. But this is a little trick. So obviously, if I push this over to this side here, yeah, and in this, I'm going to minimize this. And what I'm going to do now is go back into Handbrake, yeah, let it load up again. So I'm just loading up the program one more time. And you can tell that the flash one is nearly finished. This is at 79%. So the process of actually ripping the DVD to the hard drive itself on the computer to get the video and the audio files is actually pretty quick, okay? But as you see, Handbrake's opening up again, so I'm just going to do exactly the same process. Go back to Documents, and obviously DVDFab, and then to Full Disk. And then if I search to where the Series 2 is, the Sex and the City Season 2 Disc 1, so click on that, but don't obviously go into the folder. Just remember to select the folder, let it load again, because obviously it has 96 files, okay? So after like it loads all the 96 files, remember there's only 5 episodes for this one disc itself, all right? But once it's finished loading, you can do episode 2, then obviously like do the same process again for episode 3, then 4, then 5, and obviously after you finish converting all of them episodes to like from that disc, you can delete the disc from the hard drive. You don't need the disc anymore, and that way you'll have like loads of episodes of what you want. The size will be very, very small. Like, I'll give you an example. One of these discs, yeah, is near enough 7 GB in space. So that is quite a lot of space to have on your hard drive. Now, if you've only got something like a 1 TB hard drive, like I have on this laptop, then you'll notice that your space will go very, very quickly. So I'll give you an example, right? If I go into DVDFab, yeah, I'll go into Full Disk, and obviously, let's find it. Season 2 Disc 1. 7.46 GB. Now that's a lot of space. Now this is season 6 of Sex and the City. Now this is the whole of season 6. This is like, say, 5 or 6 discs. This is a lot of space, okay? So now that the flash is finished, I'm happy with that. That's fine. Now I'm going to exit out of that. Now I don't need this disc anymore. This disc I can either sell if I wanted to get rid of it. Yeah, so I don't need this disc anymore. So just make sure that you always put your discs back in the case, because obviously it's in great condition. So you want to look after them. But yeah, I can sell that now. I'll take it back to the charity shop and just give it to someone else. So now that that's done, close up the tray. You don't need that anymore. Just exit the program. Once that's done, yeah, like I'm saying is season 6 itself, yeah, is 5.74 GB. If I click onto it, you've got all of these episodes, right? One episode is 325 megabytes. Now, that's really, really small in size. And it's great quality. It's very sharp. It's like Blu-ray quality discs. Okay, so when you're playing it, it plays fluent, great quality all the way through. Yeah, the sound quality is amazing as well. And like I said, if you're out and about, you see a few DVDs and you think, oh, I really, really want this, but I can't be bothered to keep like getting up. This is another thing as well. Because like, if you're watching Cody videos, yeah, this is like something that I'll be explaining to my partner as well, is that after every episode, you have to get up, you have to get the remote, you have to find another link, another stream, and then like sometimes it might buffer and what. But nah, if you go out, you get the DVD itself, you rip all the DVD contents to the hard drive. Obviously, like I said, in the 2 different video files, so you get the video and the audio. And once you do that, just like if you use the Handbrake program, it will scan through all the files, it will find your individual episodes, and then yeah, you can put every single individual episode to your computer's hard drive. And if you want, you can transfer it over to another hard drive, you can put it on your phone, you can put it on your tablet, you can like basically play it however you want, even put it on a memory card, and then obviously like watch it at college if you want to. But look, this is the Handbrake option. So obviously we've done episode like 1. Now I'm going to skip to episode 2. So the second I'll go into episode 2 now, 25 minutes. Yeah, same process again. So go down to devices, do it at 720. And remember what I said, always check this, go into audio, because it's come up automatically as France. Yeah, I'm not French. Yeah, so I'm going to click English. Yeah, so obviously now that I've done that, press browse. And then where it says episode 1, if you click on episode 1, right, we're just going to change it to episode 2. It saves you from typing all the time. So now that's that. You can see that it's going to save as Mp4. Press save. And then once that's done, press start encode. And then press Q. And what that's doing now is it's doing exactly the same thing. But obviously you can tell that it says episode 2 here, Mp4. And what I'm going to do now is just minimize this up a little bit, because I don't want to fully minimize it, because obviously you won't be able to see it. But now you can just line them up, and remember to actually minimize this one, okay? Because if you don't, it will block out all your screen. You won't be able to see what you're working with. But that's done now, okay? So now that that's completely finished, okay? That's all I wanted to say is, if you really wanted to get yourself a few DVDs from the shop, get yourself some DVDs from the shop, yeah? If someone buys you DVDs for Christmas, it's not such a bad thing. I mean, like, I prefer to get the series of stuff, like the actual like series of stuff, like TV series, instead of just the films itself, because that way you get to watch individual episodes. They're only like half an hour long, and yet, I mean, Sex and the City is pretty funny. I mean, like I enjoy watching it now, and I never used to be into it. But even for instance, I'm starting to get into the X-Files now. There's so many different like categories of stuff, information that you can watch. It's great stuff as well. And like I said, the DVDs have not exactly been made redundant at the minute. Yeah, they're not. I mean, you can use them exactly like what I'm doing as well. I mean, it's a great process. You can still watch and obtain the information, and obviously that allows you to pass down this stuff, yeah, to even family members. Like, I'll give you another example. I've got like a little cousin, yeah, and he really likes The Simpsons. He loves The Simpsons so much. And when I was at the charity shop, do you know what? I've got him a few DVDs of The Simpsons, and it's all like TV episodes. And what I've done is I've actually burnt and ripped the TV episodes to my computer like first. And obviously once I've done that, I've wrapped them up for him. So he gets to enjoy them and I get to enjoy them. So in a way, it's sort of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So I get a copy, he gets a copy, and yet we're both happy with it. All right, so you're not just saving money as well, but obviously, like I said, if you go out and buy them in the shop, like Tesco's or say Asda's or whatever, they're going to be full price. And obviously, like, you're going to be thinking, oh, I've spent a lot of money. But trust me, go into charity shops, have a little look, but always make sure when you're in there that you check your discs. Yeah, make sure you check your discs, because some of the boxes I don't even have a disc in. I'm being honest, like I've been there in the past, I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'll grab that quick, and just because you're in a rush, no, don't do that. Take your time, yeah, and if it's something that you actually genuinely want to watch and you're interested in, get it. And obviously, like, you might be able to make a few presents for other people. Like, here's another example, yeah, say for instance, if like you get a DVD series and it's like, say, 4 discs long, yeah, all them 4 discs can even fit on 1 disc, so you can convert it and then obviously like change that into 1 disc and then give that to someone for a present and say, look, this is what I made you, and obviously like they'll be happy with that. It's not a bad little idea. So I thought I'd share this with you, yeah. And remember, yeah, that I'm really happy with obviously like all your like constant like watching of my videos, all your support. It's really helping me out, and I really appreciate it. All right. So like I said, I'm going to put all these information into the link in the description below. And obviously, if you're interested in doing this sort of process, if you've got any problems, any questions, any comments, just ask me, comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And thanks for all of your support. I really appreciate it. All right. But just remember to subscribe to the channel. right? And then obviously I really appreciate all your subscriptions, your comments, your shares. If you share the channel as well, so obviously other people get to watch the videos and learn a little bit as well, I'll be happy with that. But I want everyone to have a great day, all right? And enjoy your weekend.